Hey, welcome back. It's Neil Hogger, land specialist with Whitetail Properties Real Estate, and today we're in Buffalo County, Wisconsin. Just a beautiful early fall day, that crisp air, temperatures dropping. We got Jordan and Clay in from Whitetail Properties, the Whitetail Property November Studios film crew. We're gonna lay down a little footage, and you can look for this coming up soon. This is the Buffalo County 330. You're gonna like this one. So what the fellas do is they come in, and we showed up at this property last night late, and we filmed the interior of the house that we're working on. It's a beautiful lodge, has a gorgeous view, kind of overlooks a big cornfield, and has western exposure, so you get a beautiful sunset. We showed up here this morning in the dark. We flew the drone to just get that perfect light. We like those soft tones, not real harsh light. And now we're working in the woods, and we're trying to get some good shots of the timber. So I'm gonna follow these guys around, but it's a pretty cool process to watch, and some of the gear they have is pretty high tech. They're the best in the business. You know, as land specialists with Whitetail Properties Real Estate, we kind of look for unique things about properties, and nothing brings out the true character of a property than video. So we do a lot of that, as you see on my page here and on this channel. And it also helps us learn these properties really well. When we bring clients out, we know all the little pockets, little areas that are potential good hot spots for hunting. As you can see, we're getting a nice shot of a trail right here in a real thicket. And you know, without getting out onto these properties and getting inside of them, you just don't see this. But you know, another real benefit of doing what we do here is that when you do go to sell the property, the visual content that we create, it just portrays these properties better than anything. And you get it on the internet, it gets a lot more hits. So we're getting a lot of cool shots at the right time of the day. Interesting stuff. You know, water is also a great feature. Anytime you have water, it's something to key in on. If you don't have creeks like this, maybe you can create ponds. And especially when they're managed well, water is a great asset. If it's managed poorly and you have a really stinky, green, slimy pond, it's not so good. But creeks that are flowing, they add visual appeal. It's great habitat for the deer, great places to hunt, look for crossings, and I definitely love to see water. When I get out on these properties and I'm trying to learn them for my clients, I get back into these thick areas, and this is one of them. It's really hard to tell here what I got going on, but there's a creek right over my shoulder that I've been showing you, and there's a bed right here, and there's another one right over here, two large beds. Now they could be a doe bed, they could be a buck bed, it's hard to tell, but you know, you get in here and you ask yourself, why this spot here? And my guess is because of the location and the terrain features. There's a coulee here, and all of the cool air is flowing down here in the evening as it cools, and it settles down here. So it's cool, it's out of the sun, and it's great habitat. It's thicker than snot in here, as you can see. But there's also water right over my shoulder. There's water, and anything that's coming up the creek, this deer are gonna hear. Anything behind them, they're gonna smell. Just a great secluded spot. And if you get in here, you can find these spots. And you know, when I sell these properties, it really helps to know these areas. So here's the benefit of getting back in this thick area scouting. So here's a crabapple tree, and there's a crossing right here, and those buck beds are back over my shoulder. And if you see right here, there's a couple crab apples down here. So these deer are coming in here, and I'm sure they're picking off a morsel, getting a bite to eat. Little micro spots like this, little micro terrain features. This is what you look for. This is like the spot on the spot. I'm sure bucks are bedding down here. This is impenetrable, and it has everything they need: seclusion, water, and food. Well, I'm no horticultural expert, but something I talk about fairly frequently is taking these old fields and managing them for food plots. You know, I'm the first one to tell you, I like to come into these areas and I like to burn them down, cut them, burn them down, plant a food plot here. You could do a no-till here. This is about an acre in size. It wouldn't take a lot of equipment. Cut this either with a string trimmer or with a mower and burn it down good with glyphosate twice, and then throw some brassicas right in here, and you would have a food plot. Another way, as I said, just have some herbicides, get rid of this grass, let the broadleaves come up and get all the beneficial plants, and just leave this as a fallow field, kind of a poor man's food plot. You don't have to do anything. And the deer, I don't know if you can see this right here, there's a bed right there. So the deer are using this area as habitat, and you don't always need to turn it into food plots. Here's something I always love to see. Here's a really nice signpost rub. This pine is tore up, and you can tell we've been working this thing for years. You know, it's just kind of a lone pine out in this fallow field that the deer are coming and visiting. They're bedding in here, they're working this edge. Just a cool feature. Love to see that. I have enjoyed bringing you into this day with me, just showing you a glimpse of what we do. You know, we really try to be a little bit different here at Whitetail Properties. So if you're looking for a land specialist to help you find your perfect property, or perhaps you got a property like this, you're trying to get it sold, then give me a call. Hey, I'm Neil Hogg, our land specialist with Whitetail Properties Real Estate, the Wisconsin Landman. Thanks for watching.